Hi guys, this is Siobhan from Dublin Pet School. Today I want to talk to you about prepping your dog for Halloween. I know it's only the start of September today, but now is the time to start doing preparation so that your dog is not so stressed as we get closer and closer to Halloween. Once the fireworks kick off, it can already trigger your dogs, and by the time you come to the end of October and start of November, very often dogs may require some serious medication from the vets that we could possibly avoid. So what we need to start doing now is to create a history with our dogs to using food in a much smarter way. And one of the recommendations I would have for you is to go and purchase some food toys such as canine connectables or Kongs, and instead of feeding your dog in a bowl, feed him several times a day in these Kongs or connectables, usually frozen. Frozen is the best way to do it, so that you might mix the dry food and put a little bit of sardines in there, pack it into the connectables or Kongs and freeze them, and then create a history with your dog so he has one morning, lunch and evening time every single day. Not try to do it on Halloween morning or Halloween day or Halloween evening when the dog is already too stressed and he won't eat. So now is the time to start creating that pattern for him. The next thing that you can do is to start creating a safe space for him to go. So very often clients would say to me that the dog is shot in underneath the table and he won't come out, and you might think that maybe the table is the place that I could create the safe space for him to go, but it's not really the safe place. If, for example, you're going to be pulling the chairs out to sit down at the dinner table and the dog is trying to shelter in there, that is not the safe place for him to go. So a bit of careful consideration as to where that safe place might be. It might be a crate, for example, that he really doesn't use now because he's a bit older, but you can of course start using the crate again. These connectables, these Kongs can be fed in there. Decent chewy items can be fed inside the crates. If you don't have a crate, if there is a back room he prefers to go to, then let that be his safe place. It is about the dog choosing it. You're usually going to be more successful, but again, sometimes if he has chose to bolt underneath the table, that may not be the safe place if people are going to be disturbing him. So really think about, where does he tend to go to, and can I create that as his safe place? If he feels okay there, then I can reinforce that as a safe place for the dog. If it is a case that the dog is really stressed, you can of course visit your vet. Products, for example, like Nutricam are just supplements that you can get from the vet, and they won't cause him to freeze and not be able to react or play or eat, but they will make him less sensitive, less reactive to the noise. So you could talk to your vet about Nutricam, and you really would want to trial him on it a good month before Halloween. The next thing, of course, is to do some noise sensitivity CDs. You can very simply play fireworks on YouTube on a very low volume, a volume that the dog barely hears, and you can feed him your high value food. So for example, your chicken, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of ham, of course within the dog's dietary. Make sure that he's okay with this. This includes that he's allergic to or has had a reaction to. Make them high value. So his kibble is not high value. The kibble is not going to make him not want to hide from the noisy fireworks. So something high value. Play the fireworks on YouTube for 30 seconds on a low volume, and just feed him. Tell him to go find a piece on the floor, let him feed again. Do this for a day or two and slowly increase the volume of it. 30 seconds for 40 seconds, 50 seconds and a minute. If ever he bolts, you've gone too far too quickly. Of course, you could go and see your dog behaviors for some advice. You can often do phone consultations or Zoom consultations for these. But yeah, now is the time to start putting the work in. You can contact me, Siobhan at dublinpetschool.com, and I will be posting this video along with some Crate Games videos as well to help support that area to go for the dog to settle down in. Get cracking, guys. Now is the time to do that safety training.